Hello and welcome to this E4Clicks Project Estimator training video, Creating a Project. So today we're going to look at how to create a project in E4Clicks, and we're also going to see how to set a default performance period, which basically means we're going to set our favorite contract. So if we use one contract again and again, it's an easy way to set it and save us a little bit of time each time we insert a project using that contract. All right. When we log into E4Clicks, we're brought directly to the Projects window. If we don't remember how to log in, we simply double-click on our desktop icon, type in our username and password, and then click the OK button. And again, E4Clicks will open right to the Projects window where we see our list of projects. All right, so we're going to create a new project in this video. But since this is one of our first videos, let's spend a little bit of time getting comfortable with it. All right, so where do our menu commands come from? Our menu commands come from our Program or Activities button. Our Program or Activities button is normally on the bottom left of a window or area of a window, and it's usually named for the list that we're talking about. So in this case, we're on the Projects window, looking at our list of projects. Our Program or Activities button is going to be the Projects button. So if we click on the Projects button, we're going to get a list of menu commands for our projects. The top two are the ones we're going to be interested in today. I'm going to show you a couple of other options. We can come down to the bottom left of the window and click on the Projects button. Or what we can do is find our list of projects here and right-click on that list anywhere. And right-click menu option is the exact same as we'll see under the Projects button. So what we love to say here at E4Clicks is, if in doubt, right-click. Okay? Now, it does matter where you right-click. If we're up here in the Filter Status panel and we right-click, we'll have different options. If we're down over here and we right-click, we'll have different options. So when we say right-click, we're normally talking about the list of items that we're talking about. In this case, it's projects. And we're going to right-click in this white area, anywhere in this white area here, on our list, browse we may call it, and we get our list of menu commands. All right? So we've got two options to look at, so let's look at the first one. One here says, insert a new project after selecting a performance period. When we click on this, we get the select performance period window. Okay, the definition of performance period here is not how long it's going to take a project to be completed, 90 days, 120 days, but it's actually the performance period of the contract that we're interested in. So let me explain. A number of our Jock and Sabre and IDIQ type contracts are for multiple years. So we'll have a base contract year, for example, and then we might have first, second, third, fourth option year on those contracts. So when we're talking about a performance period, we're actually talking about the contract year for the different contract. Hopefully it makes sense to you that know what we're talking about there. But we're basically associating our project with a contract. And what that does is it allows us to put on the contract number, the contractor, start and completion dates, all kinds of different information that we can input into E4Clicks one time and then use again and again very quickly, just by simply choosing the correct contract. So let's go ahead and use the 2011 Sabre contract here. Now, how do we actually select this? So we have several ways to do it. One way, we can highlight it and then go down to click on the Select button down here on the bottom right of the window. If we don't want to associate it with any contract, we can even click on the Select None button, and that'll put it in there with no contract. What we can do, we can hit the Enter key on the keyboard to quickly select with the highlighted contract. We could double-click on the highlighted contract, and that would select it. This is going to shock you. We can actually right-click and choose the Select option. All right, so let's do that one. Now we come to the Select Totaling Schema window. Okay, what's a totaling schema? It's basically our markups. So if we had overhead profit, bonding, all that kind of stuff. We would group those together, commonly used markups again and again, and we just call them a totaling schema, right? So it's just the group, the totaling group, okay? If we are in a saver or a jock type contract, we're actually talking about the multiplier or the coefficient for the contract. So we would add up the priced items and put on a CCI and then put on a coefficient. We just group all of those totaling components, the components of the totaling, into what's called a totaling schema. And again, we're going to set that up one time in our software and use again and again and again to make us super efficient. All right, so here we're basically choosing the coefficient that we want, and our work's going to be done during standard hours, so let's just choose that one. How do we choose it? We can double click on it. We can hit the Enter key on the keyboard. We can come down and use the select button. If we didn't want any totaling, we could put on select none, or it's going to show again, we could right click and use select. This is to open the inserting new project window. We have 3 key fields on this window. The first one is default totaling schema, which we just chose on the last window. Here we could change it if we wanted to. We could double click into this field to change it, or we click in one time, and that's going to unhide or show a little pull down button over here to the right of the field. We could click on that and we can see our list of totaling schemas here. Okay? We're fine with what we've got for now, and we have 2 required fields. A project number, let's go ahead and put in a project number, and a project description. So let's construct new building. So those are our 3 key fields. These 2 blue ones are required, obviously because they're project number and project description. And then we add our project. It's officially recorded and added when we click the OK button down here on the bottom right. We'll click OK. We're going to be returned to the projects window with a new project highlighted. Okay, so that's how easy it is to create a project. Before I let you go, let's check out the other option. All right, when we right-clicked to get our menu commands, we had a second option down here called Insert. This insert is actually reserved for our favorite or our default contract. The first time we use it, it's going to open up that Select Performance Period window again. But after we set a default, it's going to bypass this window and automatically associate it with our favorite contract. So let's go ahead and set this 2011 contract to be our favorite. How do you think we'd set it as our favorite or as our default? If you right-click, you're on it, right? If we right-click on it, that second option says Set as Default Performance Period. And over here to the left of this contract number, FA1234, it's actually going to put an asterisk there for us to show us that it's our favorite or our default. Okay, so I'm going to cancel out of this for a second, and I'm going to get back to Projects window. Now when I right-click, we're going to go straight to our command has now changed from Insert to Insert using Default Performance Period. If you're a fan of hotkeys, the hotkey for Insert is the Insert key on the keyboard. So this can just make us much quicker. Notice when we choose it now, it bypasses the contract because it's already selected, and we can go to our totaling schema window, select that, and we're cooking. Right? So that's how to add project to E4 clicks. Okay? If you have a question on this or want to view any of our other training videos, they can be very beneficial to us. Just give us a holler or check them out. We appreciate it. Have a great day, and thanks so much.